There is a moment, quiet and unremarkable, when you realize the person sitting across from you has become a stranger wearing a familiar face. No shouting, no slammed doors, just a slow recognition that something between you has already ended, and you are the last one to find out. Seneca warned that we become like the people we spend the most time with. Marcus Aurelius, ruling an empire, still wrote in his private journal about the exact kind of people he needed to avoid, because your peace is not a renewable resource. Once it runs out, no amount of loyalty or guilt brings it back. This isn't about revenge or becoming cold. It's about seeing clearly. Most people don't lose relationships in one dramatic explosion. They lose them one ignored red flag at a time. Today, 10 signs, rooted in Stoic wisdom, that it's time to walk away. Stay until the end because sign 7 is the one almost nobody talks about. Let's begin. 1. They only appear when they need something. Epictetus taught that the truest measure of a relationship is what someone does during ordinary times, not good ones. If you only hear from someone during their emergencies, you haven't been chosen as a friend, you've been assigned as a resource. 2. Your success makes them uncomfortable. The Stoics practiced the view from above, watching your life from a great height. From there, it's obvious. People who care about you expand in joy when you rise. Someone whose congratulations always arrive a beat too late is using you as a measuring stick for their own unlived potential. 3. They rewrite history to make themselves the victim. You bring up something that hurt you. Somehow, by the end, you're apologizing to them. The Stoics valued clear judgment, seeing events as they happened, not as someone needs you to remember them. Trust what you felt in the moment before anyone talked you out of it. 4. Being around them leaves you smaller, not fuller. Seneca described certain people as wasters of time, not of your hours, but of your spirit. If you consistently leave interactions feeling diminished or unsure of your own worth, your body knows something your mind hasn't caught up to. 5. Your boundaries are treated as personal attacks. Epictetus separated the world into what is up to us and what isn't. Your time and energy are up to you. Someone who punishes you for having boundaries isn't asking for closeness, they're asking for control, dressed up as hurt feelings. 6. They only show you their good side in public. Warm and funny in front of others, but alone with you, something flips. Coldness, small cuts you're told you're too sensitive to notice. Marcus Aurelius warned against judging character by performance rather than private, consistent behavior. If the public version is warmer than the one you live with, that public version isn't the real one. 7. The one almost nobody talks about. You've started rehearsing conversations in your head before they happen. If you're mentally drafting your words before texting or seeing this person, softening them, preparing your defense before any accusation, sit with that. This isn't how the mind behaves around people who feel safe. The Stoics called focused attention prosoche, meant to be turned inward towards self-mastery. But in certain relationships, we turn it outward instead, managing another person's moods, anticipating their reactions, walking on a floor we're not sure is solid. That's not vigilance. That's your nervous system telling you it doesn't feel safe. With people you truly trust, you don't rehearse your words. You just speak, trusting even a clumsy sentence will be received with patience. If you've become your own lawyer around one person, that isn't closeness. That's survival. 8. Every apology comes with a condition. Real repair requires an honest reckoning with fault. But "I'm sorry, but you also" isn't an apology. It's a disclaimer designed to end the conversation without admitting fault. That's not repair. That's managing your reaction. 9. They resurface old mistakes as ammunition. Growth was the entire point of Stoic life. Someone who respects your growth lets old mistakes stay in the past. Someone who keeps a private ledger of your failures to use later the moment you feel strong enough to disagree needs you small enough to control. 10. Deep down, you already know. You're just afraid of what comes after. Marcus Aurelius wrote that we suffer more in imagination than in reality, and nowhere is that truer than right before we let someone go. You already know. The fear isn't about whether to leave, it's about the silence afterward. But you do not control other people. The only thing that has ever been yours to control is your own response. Walking away from what quietly diminishes you isn't coldness, it's discipline. Cutting contact is rarely one dramatic moment. It's the last step in finally believing what you already saw. You don't owe endless access to your life to everyone who's ever been in it. Time, attention, and peace are the only truly finite things you own. If even one of these signs described someone in your life, that's not a coincidence. That's clarity arriving exactly when you were ready to hear it. If this helped you see something more clearly, stay a moment longer. The next lesson might change how you see everything else.